right outside, so come on in, don't be shy. We've got ghosts and UFOs. Brace yourself, get ready for the show. Don't be afraid of the dark, the fun's about to start. Nightmares or tales will inspire. Oh, tonight at the Scaredy Campfire. Have you heard tell of a demon next door? Or maybe a cryptid on the lake shore? There's nothing too strange for us here, so if you're ready, stamp out your fear. Don't be afraid of the dark, the fun's about to start. Nightmares or tales will inspire. Tonight at the Scaredy Campfire. Whoa, whoa.
Welcome back, campers, to episode 55 of the Scaredy Campfires. Tonight we follow a story that begins with a sound, faint, misplaced, and too deliberate to be the house settling. Sometimes the things you hear aren't echoes, they are answers. Tonight's first story comes from Reddit user u/signalmotor6609, a medical examiner whose encounters with the dead didn't stay confined to the morgue. After moving into a home built over a relocated burial ground, she and her husband began to experience voices, sickness, and a darkness that followed them room to room, until leaving became the only option. It started when we moved into our first home, a house right by my old high school. I would be completely alone and hear my husband's voice. That happened on multiple occasions. Then there were shoes and legs behind me, but when I turned around, there was no one behind me. My husband has heard me on multiple occasions, but my husband is mildly schizophrenic, so that isn't anything new. It just happens a lot more frequently. We lived on an old burial ground that was moved. It was supposed to have been done properly. The paperwork shows that everything was done properly to the burial ground per the religion that was running the cemetery. Well, things escalated. I was constantly sick. I had my gallbladder taken out last year, but this felt like a gallbladder attack most days. I couldn't eat or drink anything, and sleep was non-existent. I was angry and sad all of the time, to the point that my husband said that something was wrong and we needed to go take a mini vacation with family. Funny enough, I felt just fine after finally being able to sleep. I slept for 12 hours straight, the most peaceful sleep I have ever had in my life. I felt amazing the next day, and I couldn't even explain it. He stopped hearing my voice completely. He usually heard it 2 to 3 times a day. But when we were away, everything just was quiet and peaceful. So we went back home on a Tuesday due to the fact that we finally had someone religious coming to fully help us. So we thought at least we were wrong. That only escalated things. Thankfully, my husband had been scouted by one of the largest tech companies, so we decided that it was our time to change things up. We moved down last month, and I didn't post an update until we got settled in. I apologize. We did not sell the home. It is still our home, but we don't feel right selling it. It will just stay vacant unless we can get some answers and some resolve. Now I know that I have a new morgue, but these co-workers tell me all about what's happening in the morgue. They are not shy. I still have contact with the other morgue, and they promise to keep Angie company and give me updates on her and the other spirits that live in the morgue. I hope to be able to share all of those experiences with you here, as long as you guys are up for it. I also want to say thank you to everyone for all of your help, trying to help us get answers about our old home. We cannot thank you enough. All of the help led us to make the decision to move, and it is, in my opinion, the correct thing to do. Though the family has finally found peace in their new home, the old house still sits untouched, holding whatever restless presence drove them away. They refuse to sell it, afraid of passing that burden to someone else. For the user, the silence they now enjoy is a reminder of just how loud the haunting once was, and how some homes don't let go even after you leave. Tonight's second story comes from Reddit user u/wonderslut, who moved in with her grandmother, hoping for some comfort, routine, and a shorter commute, but instead found herself facing a string of strange footsteps, midnight screams, and impossible sightings. What began as a quiet family home soon revealed something unseen sharing the space. My grandmother does not believe in the supernatural at all. I am like an agnostic believer. I can't prove ghosts are real, but I can't prove they aren't real either. So, anyway, we have two cats. If you're a pet owner, you know what it feels like to have cats or animals walk in front of you. You feel it. It's not something you pay much mind to, but you just know. So that night, my brother and I were in our grandmother's room, talking to her before bed. I'm sitting on this armchair in front of her bed. My brother is sitting across from me on her bed, and my grandmother is in the bed. I thought I felt one of my cats walk in front of me, like it felt the little pitter-patter of footsteps. I automatically looked down, as does my brother. There is no cat. I think that's strange and tell my grandmother and brother. My brother said he felt the same thing. My grandma thinks we're playing a prank on her. I tell her that's not the case. We drop it. My brother and I leave because my grandma is tired. I go to my room. My brother goes to sleep on the couch because he's just visiting. Around 2 or 3 in the morning, I honestly cannot remember the time, my grandma screams. I get up and go to her room and ask if she's okay. She tells me yes, she's fine, but she looks shaken. So I ask if she's sure, and she repeats she's fine. We all go back to bed. I'm in bed for all of 20 minutes before I hear a thump. It's not loud or anything at first. I assumed it was my brother on the couch. The couch is against a wall, so I thought he had moved so hard trying to get comfortable that it hit the wall. But when I wake up, he's on the couch, and this plant my grandma has in the corner of her hallway has fallen over. I pick it up and go back to sleep because frankly, I'm too tired to be dealing with plants or ghosts or whatever this is. The next day I asked my grandma if she was having a bad dream and if that's why she screamed, and she told me no. She said she felt something step on her foot in bed and she thought it was one of her cats. So she turned on the light and noticed the cats weren't there. So she lay back down but didn't turn off the light, and then it felt like something had stabbed her foot, which caused her to scream. She checked, and nothing was there. My brother, who is unhelpful and has no answers, mentions the plant and how I must have knocked it over coming from Grandma's room. I told him no, not possible because the plant fell while I was already in bed. I had been awake for a little bit, but when that happened, we spent the next hour like the Spider-Man meme, just pointing fingers at each other, but we were all in our beds when stuff went down, and it didn't explain the little pitter-patter of feet my brother and I felt earlier. So that evening, my sister and my niece, who is 9, came to visit. If you're wondering why we're all showing up at my grandma's house, it's because our grandfather died about 7 months ago and my grandma hates being alone. I decided to move in with her because it's a shorter commute to my college. Also, we just love coming over here. She's a good time, lol. Anyway, I let my sister and niece take my bedroom and sleep on the love seat couch while my brother is on the bigger one. I don't know what time it is, but my niece wakes me up. She says my curtains in my room fell. And I ask, why didn't she ask my sister to get them? She says because I was already awake. I tell her that I was not awake, and she insists I was because she saw me staring at them in the doorway to my room. I'm too tired to really give a shit, so I'm like, okay, sure, and go to my room to fix my curtains. The following morning, when I brought it up, my sister said she slept fine. My niece said she slept fine after the fact, too. We have an electric run house, so no gas leaks. Is it possible that since I'm so used to cats, that I just anticipated them running across in front of me? I also theorized that maybe my grandma in her old age was experiencing a form of sleep paralysis and thought she was fully awake. I don't have an explanation for the curtains or the plant. I don't know. I'd love to know if anyone else has any explanations. If you're wondering where my cats were, they had been underneath my bed for most of the night. The first night, they're usually both night owls, but I have no explanation for why they were under my bed that night. They just were. Sometimes cats can be weird. The second night, I'm not sure where they were, so it's possible they could have knocked down the curtains. They don't really play with them, but I'm not going to say they never would. Whether it was grief echoing through the house, a trick of tired minds, or something far more literal walking those dark hallways, the events of those nights still linger with the family. To this day, no one can explain the pitter-patter footsteps, the stabbing pain that woke her grandmother, or the figure her niece swears she saw standing in the doorway. Some homes settle, others stir, and this one hasn't quite settled yet. That concludes episode 55, campers. If you catch a whisper when no one is near, don't respond. It's not always communication. Sometimes it's a test. Until the next time, keep your ears sharp and your courage sharper.
As the night gets longer and the darkness creeps in, with the eerie silence broken only by whispering wind, come gather round the fire, the flickering flames, and hear the tales of the spooky and the strange. Chill up your back, a shiver up your spine. You'll be haunted by the things that you find. Legends will unfold and stories will be told at the Scaredy Campfire, for only